Hey everybody, it's Victor Medina with the Medina Law Group and Palante Wealth Advisors. Yesterday I posted a video on what the effects of the Georgia Senate election and runoff was going to mean for your retirement. And about 3 hours later, we had the worst assault on our nation's capital since the British burned down Washington in 1814. And I thought to myself, could I have picked a worse time to post the one video that I have? Or could I pick a worse time to comment on what's going on? But I wanted to offer my thoughts about what transpired yesterday and sort of its general meaning and effect. I think a lot of us are searching for that. I know that I spent most of last night searching for it. I spent most of last night searching for ways to talk to my children about what that divide meant. Because what it represented for me was a fracturing of the social compact that we have that allows us to get on with our lives and walk through life feeling like there's some modicum of responsibility that everybody shares a little bit. It was completely broken by absolute terrorists that came in and wanted nothing more than to wreak havoc. I mean, I think that there was nothing more unsettling than to watch people run through the halls of the U.S. Capitol and desecrate so much of what are the really hallowed rooms that we see whenever there's a State of the Union address or anything else that's shown as a debate in the halls of Congress, and they were only there to act like children in that area. But I don't often comment to anyone really about my own political leanings because it doesn't have any bearing on the work that I do from day to day. It doesn't really, I've got clients that think that the election of Biden is the heralding of the end of the world, and I've got other clients that believe that it already came when Trump was elected and served for 4 years. And the important part for me as I counsel everybody through that is to understand that at the end of the day, it has far smaller effect on their general safety, happiness, and ability to kind of navigate life than anything else. The nature of our relationships are small and local, as opposed to being informed by something that's grander, like national elections or what's going on across the country. While it's an indication of how we're regarded around the world and what those things mean, at the end of the day, we're really focused on being able to navigate our way through this world on a much smaller level. And so what becomes important is being able to control the things that we can control, be able to focus on those elements that are within our power to do something about, rather than getting all wound up about things that we can't control. So were there political things that occurred on a national level that impacted and affected what I did to help clients over the last 4 years? Absolutely. Are there going to be new things that come up in the next 4 years that are going to make an impact to the way that I deliver my counsel and advice for my clients? Undoubtedly. But that's the nature of the relationship, because the relationship really is between the client and me, because it's us together that navigate this world going forward. And I have to keep my focus on those things and encourage my clients, my friends, and my family to keep focus on those things. While we certainly don't want to brush aside things that offend our sensibilities, like what happened in the Capitol yesterday, what we can control is our reaction to those and how we set course into the next part of what we're doing. And so the focus of all of that effort is really about the connections that we can establish on a very one-on-one basis, and then the idea that we help them navigate all of this, whatever those challenges are, the rest of the way. So I want to close this video, this sort of lawyer musings video on what has happened, with a request for you who's watching. If you were bothered by what occurred yesterday, and by the way, I think you should be. I don't really often draw hard lines in the sand, but I don't think there's anybody that can't be bothered off of that. Then the request that I make is to forge a connection. It's on a local level. It is the binding that occurs between people one-on-one that forges the strength that they have to go on. So looking for an opportunity to make that kind of connection, and if you're in a position to do so, to reach a helping hand to somebody that's in need, to let them know that you're available for them, and even extend yourself. We only get through this knowing that in a bind there will be people that help us going forward, and that the fracturing that attempted to occur yesterday was only but an aberration on the overall social compact that we take on, which is this idea that we help one another. So I hope that helps you. It certainly helped me discuss this with my kids as we talked about how to reach across the aisle to different sides to make sure that we were including everyone in a conversation. Because the moment that we close that off and we tell them that there's no entry for them on any conversation we have, the more alone we are out in the world. So a little heavy for this video, but I hope it helps. We'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.